All right. All right. All right. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Oh, my word. I'll tell you what. It is 8:55 in the morning here in great old Pennsylvania. And I'll tell you what. Unfortunately, it's raining. I'll tell you what. Sometimes that rain can just blow your mind, Jeez. Where's the great summer weather at? What's going on with our summers, huh? Jeez. Anyway, let's get into this zombie part two. So I want to apologize for yesterday. I didn't really get deep into about these zombies and that. That's been going crazy and that. But first, let me give you guys a warning, because it just blows my mind that a lot of things are being put out there, more of to scare and instill fear in people. And I want to put it out there. That is not what I'm doing. I'm not out here to put fear in people or anything like that. I'm here to warn y'all. Okay. And you can take what I say as a grain of salt, and realize truth, and not no scare tactic crap. Because I'm not into that. Okay. I'm here to help you guys understand what's going on and what's really happening out in this world. Not the facts of, I'm going to scare people today and instill fear and that, because, that's not what the case is. Okay. The case is, I want you guys to know the truth. Okay. I want to put the truth out there from what's conspiracy and being told as conspiracy is not conspiracy. My job on here every single time I come on here is to tell you the bits of truth. Now, will I bring up stuff that is questionable? Yes. That is my job, is to put out there what I know for a fact is real, what sources that are honest sources that are giving real information is what's real. Yes, I'll come on here every so often and tell you what isn't real, or what I believe in my opinion is false. Okay? Because I don't truly know what's 100% real. I know what I'm going to tell you is real. And that's what my purpose is. But I will question things that I see or hear about that are even questionable from other people that are questioning it. But let's get on to the facts about zombies again. Because in truth, it's everywhere. It isn't just mainly Russia or overseas. I believe a lot of stuff has happened in the United States. I know for a fact there's a lot of testing that goes on everywhere, but United States is really, really hardcore into testing. And that's an issue. Now, the United States, for a long period of time, has done some questionable experiments on humanity. And it still goes on. Excuse me. Sorry, I apologize for that. It's still going on. And I don't honestly believe that it's ever going to stop. That's just the truth. And it baffles me today that a lot of stuff goes on like that. And a lot of people ain't questioning why is the United States still doing experiments and questionable things. Because a lot of this zombie stuff is happening because of them in reality and in truth. Sorry for that. There's a lot of truth in that, and the government still is going to continue to do testing unless we do something about it. And that's everywhere. That's everywhere. As well as a lot of things we don't see that's going on in China or even Japan. If you notice when you're looking at reels, you don't see too much of that stuff going on, which is kind of shady to me. If you really think about it. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to open your minds. I want you to really think. We don't see too much of Russia, reels and TikTok and that. Not much. And that goes for China and Japan. We don't see too much of that. Sweden neither. Even Italy. So why is it that we aren't seeing too much of what's going on over there? Because I see tons of stuff from over here. Even Hawaii, I don't see too much. And that's part of the United States. So that baffles me. I don't see too much going on there of reels, TikTok, and so on. And today I'm going to really dive into it. I'm going to really dive into TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, all that. Pardon me. But I really want to dive into it because it does not add up. I see pretty much everything that goes on over here. And it just baffles me that I don't see more and more from over there. Especially everything that they do. And maybe you guys should be questioning that too. Because before they were sharing that information, especially with the zombies, that's I would say mid 2000s that came out. Yeah, mid 2000s that it came out about those zombies in Russia. And now we don't see nothing. We don't see hardly anything about Russia. We don't see hardly anything about China or anywhere. Am I not right? The United States is constantly doing things that are questionable as well. I mean, come on. Where did salts come from that created the zombies and people and that changed their whole perspective of their mind, and they were acting like it, and they were going after people, and I've even seen and heard that they actually done stuff to people that was completely 100% zombie. 100%. Look at Kensington. I think that's the first place it's gonna land, because I'd see a lot of these videos about here and how a lot of people are on the street, laying in the street, knotted out, and just doing crazy stuff. I think that's the first area zone for a zombie apocalypse to happen, really, because they're hardcore in that stuff, and they're just all over the street. And it's sad. It's sad, but to realize 100%. And then your major cities. Your major cities are the next. New York City. Very busy, very popular. That's the same over in Japan and China. There's very, very busy areas, so those areas are going to be the first place that a zombie apocalypse happens. Because you got to remember, it transfers. So in a bite, in a scratch, whatever, because it isn't going to be just the body that's contaminated. It's going to be the air. So think about that. And now they're trying to say that the government is trying to prevent. So that right there is the first disclosure that something is really going on. Now, I think it was like 2023 that I seen a lot of these zombie apocalypse vans that were going around. Now they kind of disappeared a bit. But think about it. If something like that is going on, and now they're saying about preventing that, okay, then they are admitting that something is going on, right? They're admitting to it then, because that's the only way you're going to be. So now you got to wonder, is there going to be a disclosure about the zombies finally? Probably. I'm going to give a 95% on that. 95%. I'm waiting on a contact now about that. That still works in the government. She's been in the government for 16 years. I'm waiting to hear back from her and see if she will confirm if that's going to be our next disclosure. Because they're already coming out about preventing a zombie apocalypse. So right there is the small thing of admitting to a zombies that have been going on. And like I said, I've done my research, and you could do it too. This is, so far that I've seen, it's back in the 1800s. They've had small little outbreaks of stuff going on. Now, I'm pretty sure it goes farther. Now, if I could find those, clippings and that would state that, because back then they didn't have a system where they kept things from people. They in the newspaper, a lot of stuff came out back then. Okay, even in the 1600s, they would have something that was basically like a newspaper that was basically saying, "Hey, this is what's going on," blah blah blah, and they were honest back then. So for the world to come now that it's been hiding for decades of everything, and I know a lot of you are like, "Oh, that's just a conspiracy theory," and well, guess what? We think that and been told about UFOs and UAPs and extraterrestrials, and now look, disclosure on that. So, and zombie talk's been talked way back. So it's not a conspiracy. For them to call someone a conspiracy theorist on that is contradicting even themselves. Because zombie talk's been talked for a long period of time. And basically the movies Walking Dead were basically a survivalist, category of teaching. So I'm going to tell you, it's real. I ain't reaching on this one, because for them to come out and say, "Hey, we the government are going all in all to make sure a zombie apocalypse doesn't happen." Well, dang. I thought you said it was a conspiracy. Now you're contradicting and saying you're doing something, going to do something to prevent it. No, they're going to cause it. They're 100% going to cause it. But like I said, it's been going and talked about for decades, unfortunately, of these things going on. So, yeah. This is going to happen. And like I said, there will be a part 3. And part 3 will basically be about that from my source and my contact, and that, my source /contact. So once I hear from her, I'll be back on here. Now, with her, it's going to take a bit because she's got to be real careful. Like I said, she still works in the government. So for her to reach out to me and say, hey, this, and this is going to put her in a situation if she would do it like right away. So unfortunately, this might take a bit. Usually she gets back to me within a week or two. On a rare occasion, it might take up to a month. Hopefully, we're not having to wait a month because I would like you guys to know ahead of time. But I do suggest you prepare yourself. Load up on everything that you can. Because, yeah, it's going to go crazy. We've seen how it goes sometimes. We do. And I don't know too many other people that have knowledge that this stuff has been even going back even before my time. And talked about. So hopefully somebody can reach out on here and say that. But like I said, I would really like you guys to subscribe and or follow and smash them like buttons and that thumbs up, because I'm telling you, you're gonna be blown away. You're gonna be blown away. Now let's get into randoms a little bit too. Let's get off that for a little bit. So what do you guys think about this psychic that's completely saying about what's going to happen in Miami at the games, the Miami games and that? She's saying that she had a dream interpretation of supposedly a mass abduction that's going to happen. I really want to hear your guys' opinion. In my opinion, because I'll start because I brought it up. In my opinion, I think it's all hocus pocus bull crap, because I'm going to tell you, there's plenty. It's been God forever, and you don't hear of no mass abduction. And now you're going to try and tell me that all of a sudden they're going to come and do a mass abduction. They just were at the mall in 2024. They were at the Miami Mall. There was that Miami Mall incident in Miami. And they didn't take nobody then. I mean, it was busy. From what I've seen, it was packed. There was tons of people running out there. Man, they could have even took a whole bunch of police officers. Come on, 50 squad cars show up, and FBI and CIA and Black Hawk helicopters and that all show up. Man, that would have been a great abduction right there, huh? Yeah. And that's why I say what I say. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Be careful of these false people, especially psychics. So the only thing she's running off of is the Miami Mall incident, which happened in 2024. Now she's kind of bringing it up. Like, come on, a dream is a dream. Maybe you were there at the mall when that situation happened, and now all of a sudden you're having a dream of something else because, or all this disclosure is happening, and now you're whacked out about it, and you just had a dream. Why does it have to be a psychic interpretation of what's going to happen? You cannot tell me, I don't care. You cannot tell me that every time you dream, that's something you dreamed of is going to happen. You can't. I mean, come on, everybody. Come on. Dreaming is dreaming. I've had tons of dreams, and guess what? Not all of them was true. They were just dreams. The mind that's playing, these imaginational things sometimes. Okay, so you gotta face reality here. A dream is just a dream. Is there coincidence you might have a little dream that, could push to something that possibly could happen? Yeah. Very rare. Might be a few days later or something like that. But as for this Miami games incident that's supposedly going to happen, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna highly 100% say no, because there's how many things that go on, and there's no mass abductions. So I don't believe it now. I have a hard time with that. And my reasoning is because of that. Okay, I don't believe that they're right away all gonna. Do I believe that there is alien abductions? Yes, that they're sporadic and here and there. Yes, yes, because a lot of people disappear without a trace and never to be found ever again. Yes. Have I heard stories of people returning from long periods and days of being abducted? Yes. Are a lot of them true? Eh. The ones that are matching each other's, yes. Like, they don't report those. They go out and they go and talk to these people and then interview them and listen to what they say, and then they go to the next person and next person and next person, by spreading out people to go separately to interview them, and then when they come together, they see what matches. What's the closest match to the same? And when they match, then yes, I believe the ones that match to a T, because they had no communication with each other, don't know each other, know nothing, but yet every detail is the same. Yes. Those ones I believe. Ones that don't make sense, no. Especially those ones about hypnosis and that. So, no. So just be careful what you hear and what you listen to, because a lot of times it's just, I want to get my little bit of fame, a little bit of you know being known and being out there. But yeah, I'm sorry guys, this is gonna be a little short. I got stuff I gotta do today, but I just wanted to do a little short anyway. Um, just to kind of be on here and get it out there. My next two streams will probably be 1 o'clock, and then later this evening, I would say about 6. Excuse me, oh my word, I apologize. 6:30, I will be on here again. And we're gonna get deep into some other stuff, and I got to go through my notes, and we'll definitely get out there and talk about that stuff. But I hope today you have a great day, even though it's raining. Be safe. Love y'all. Peace.